Alright, welcome back to Roguetech, and welcome back to Challenge Run from the Ashes. So, we currently have the Dervish being worked on a lot, Bushwhacker being worked on a little bit, and I'm actually going to look at the Wasp. Because we have a heavy machine gun. And I have found that the machine guns are quite interesting. All I'd have to do to run it is be able to drop in the heavy machine gun and half bin of ammo, which is 1.5 tons, which I can use by just dropping 3 jump jets. And that is quite a bit of improvement. Now, I don't know if the burst on the heavy machine gun is also going to just generate heat, but it's going to be worthwhile to check out. Right, I also want to put the flamer on the pirate flamer on the Bushwhacker. I could totally do that. I'm going to totally do that. You know, actually, I'm also going to drop the last 2 jump jets and just armor up more. So we're dropping 0.18 tons light. That's fine. Sure. 2 days. I don't remember what I did with the Bushwhacker, so I'm going to let the Bushwhacker finish. I'm going to bump it to the top. There we go. In 2 days it'll be finished. And we are upgrading the Argo with improved power conduits. 1, 2. Jump back to the mech bay. And since it's an Omni, I should be able to drop in and out the 2 weapons quite quickly. Right, I replaced all the medium lasers. I was gonna drop the pirate flamer in place of a medium laser, but we are not running a medium laser anymore. So I guess we won't. It's 1 ton, 2 slots. 1 ton, 2 slots. Why do I have 89 in the back and not max front armor? Ah, because I'd have to bump it down a lot more. I mean, I guess having front armor, I mean having back armor is good if you're gonna go into melee a lot. It gives you more options to turn your back to the enemy. It's fine. We'll leave it. Yeah, I guess right, we also have the Fire Control Clan. Well, nothing really jams on this mech anymore, so that's not the place to put it. Do we have anything? No? No. So just the Pirate Flamer I would potentially put in, but what would I use the other ton on if I dropped, for example, the Medium X Pulse? I could put in the Pirate Flamer and then have 1 slot left with 1 ton. Another medium laser. I mean, I could. I very well could. The Flamer does considerably less damage, but it does a ton of heat damage. You know what? Ah, right. I'm pretty sure if I did something like that, we'd be trading 12 heat for 19. So it wouldn't severely impact our cooling. But it would make it a little easier to build up heat without jumping. I could also put the beagle probe in the leg. And then I guess the medium would go in the arm. I'm just going to leave it for now. Drop it a couple more times, experiment, see how I like it. Alright. Back to it. Actually, wait, we got 23. Yeah, so nowhere near a financial report yet. And in 4 days, everything will be done. Cool. Barracks. Our commander is back up and ready to go, but no longer have the bushwhacker built for her. So we'll look at that later. Sarge. Really want to stealth mech. Ek, I would love to get to 6 tactics. Enough so that I'm willing to hold off on the gunnery. Horn can get to 4 tactics, 3 gunnery. That's good. Boss can get some more levels. Vizsla can also get some more. Wasp is ready to grab the first level 5 perk. Tinker, yeah, another tactics. All right, let's look at what we're gonna drop, who we're gonna drop, and then go back. Ooh, there's a flare up. That we don't have enough units for yet. Being able to get some more rewards, but also having no control over the difficulty or type of mission is rough. Destroy base, interesting. Target acquisition, kind of interesting. But I do like the idea of this battle. Not going to drop everything. Because, yeah, 2 chevrons, so we need to drop a half chevron worth of stuff. I think the vulture is the first thing to go, and that brings us down adequately. Cool. And these are just battle armor slots, so we don't really care. Alright. So, it doesn't make any sense to put Psychosis on the Dervish. That's not what she's built for. Boss on the Bradford is interesting. So, oh, we also have the Dragoon we could drop. I mean, the Dragoon is actually really interesting. More interesting than the Wasp, I think. I'll leave it like this. And yeah, we'll drop Wasp in the Dragoon. Alright. Fun. So, Dragoon, Bradford, Saracen. The Dragoon's got a large laser, SRMs, and evasioning more. So if possible, I'd love to give Wasp the bonus crit chance. Also maybe Leadfoot. Boss. Tactics would be best, but possibly just getting Boss up to 4s. Tinker, we just spent the last of Tinker's experience. Vizsla and the Dervish. Okay. So, Vizsla and the Dervish. Especially now that we made it a full-on just missile boat. It is so important now to get Bandit. That way, if you do land the 2-hit roll, the clustering is much more likely to do damage with each missile. And also the crit chance doesn't hurt. Tinker we already leveled up. Wasp is going to be in the VTOL that has large laser. Yeah, I think Leadfoot's best here. less offensive than going with Bandit, but being able to get extra move distance and sprint distance is good. It's good. Just hands down good. Even if it doesn't generate additional evasion, it does increase mobility and maneuverability. Then we had Boss in the Bradford, right? Yes. Sight and sensors is good, but I think the extra piloting and guts is better. Whenever we run out of the 4 shots of our Thunderbolt, all it can do is ram into stuff, so the piloting is helpful. It also increases mobility, so good. So that's our tankers, and yep, that's everyone. Alright, let's go. Scramble, negotiate, salvage, drop the Wasp, drop the Vulture in preference to the Dragoon. I wish the Vulture was good, but in order for the Vulture to actually be decent, I will need to get to the point where I can offset the 10% jam chance. If I can completely offset the 10% jam chance and just double shot the AC2s every time, that's going to be a competent weapon system. That'll be the point where dropping in either 4 instances of 10 damage with a good crit chance, or 4 instances of +6 heat, +2 target heat generation for 2 turns. That's where that will shine. Right now, just having the single shots is... It does also have the Guardian ECM, though. It does have the Guardian ECM, and it's more valuable, I think, than just dropping the Bradford specifically for the electronic warfare. It's like the Thunderbolt 15 would be better, would actually be usable if it had more than 4 shots. So I'm going to drop the Bradford. And that means we need another pilot. So Porn's going to come in. It increases jam chance by 1%, so it does the opposite of what we want the Vulture to be doing. Alright, let's go level Porin up. Porin. Never mind. Already did. Cool. So that settles things. Let's do it. Let's scramble, salvage, drop the Wasp, drop the Bradford in favor of the Dragoon. The Wasp on the Dragoon because it's a more impactful vehicle. And there we go. So, it's going to have less armor across the board than the Bradford, and it can't ram things, but it's actually got weapons. Or not the Vulture. The Vulture actually has weapons. Do the 2 AC2s contribute as much damage as the Bradford's 4 shots with the Thermobolt? Maybe. If the battle goes long enough and if it shoots and hits often enough. Mostly just because the streak system does make that 4 guaranteed hits. However, we can generate heat. And on a hot biome like this, in the desert, that's fine. Alright. Yep, that's everything. And yes, I know, Darius, that's the point of the challenge run. Oh no! Okay, I goofed. 2 chevrons. Alright, so I messed up and sent 2 chevron lance on a 3 chevron mission. It's fine. As long as it doesn't consistently happen.
Command interface initiated.
I guess I just wasn't expecting the 2 AC2s and a Guardian ECM to be more valuable than the Bradford. With just the... Well, actually, I guess that makes more sense. Also, heat sinking's worse than normal in a desert biome. But, I guess it does make sense because the Bradford doesn't have all of its weapon systems. So it may actually calculate the current loadout rather than the, value of the vehicle. Again, I'm new to this whole refit vehicle thing. could actually drop in this valley with the primary target. And I don't see any... Wait, nope. I don't see any sizable evidence that there's a second lance, except maybe if it's back here behind the primary lance. In which case it will have high ground. And from this high ground... Oh wait, no, that's the map edge. It may just be that the primary lance is spread onto the high ground as well. Yeah, I'm going to drop on the high ground. Worst case scenario, I approach the primary lance from the high ground. Best case scenario, I surprise a support lance. Alright. Do we have visuals? We do have visuals on part of the primary lance.
I'm here.
Alright. Vulture gunship. Had to calculate for a second.
Throttling up.
Yep,
for
6
what
evasion and visual on everything. Shadowhawk 3H. Ostrok Mark II OSR 9C. That's going to be fun. A11 Lightning Bolt, okay. 525 max armor is respectable, but not great. A Mortar 6 ×2 Hetzer. That's fun. Alright. Shadowhawk. Yep.
I'm receiving you.
That's so fun. Ooh, it has acid mortar. So, I love the narrow low profile quirk, just flat +1 defense. Has acid ammo for its mortars and regular ammo for its mortars. I would love to play with some mortars. See how they've changed exactly. Also have fast cam acid mortar ammo, so dropping mines. That's fun. Yeah, Bushwhacker, we're gonna jump and brace.
Up high.
Jumping for 7 into the forest is more valuable than jumping for 8 outside of the forest, I think. The Hetzer is rolling towards us.
Commander.
That's hilarious. Alright, Dragoon attack helicopter. 8 evasion. Higher position. That's fine. Yeah, this lance I don't see giving us any difficulty.
I understand.
Move and brace the dervish with its LRM 35. We'll see if the extra, bandit quirks
Yep.
offset how unreliable LRMs have become. And then 9 evasion on the stairs. Sounds good. Also, the A11 Lightning Bolt has some kind of aura. I'm assuming... I should have checked when we had the... Oh no, we do still have its heavy PPC. I want it. And a fire control energy accuracy. That's amazing. Sensors Advanced Jammer is fun too. That's the aura, by the way. The Advanced Jammer. It's just a sensors upgrade that gives a little bit of electronic warfare. Accurate weapon, PPC, IFF Jammer Mark II. Okay. I definitely want to kill this thing from the side. Oh, that's some good salvage right there. Alright. So the goal is going to be... Do heavy PPCs have minimum range? I do not recall.
Orders?
I mean... Aw, it's a charge only. So
Commander.
close. Alright. If that wasn't a charge, I would absolutely take it. Ah, I also absolutely
out.
still need
Full
to
speed.
update. I just walked into the advanced jammer. Well, still have good hit chances. But yeah, I absolutely need to upgrade, or not upgrade, modify the weapon order in the mech bay. So, medium pulse laser we're going to put right behind the Rex laser. Hopefully the 3 pulses go off while the machine guns are going off. Unlinked, more damage instances mean, or more, 2 hit rolls means more likely chance to hit. Alright, let's go.
Punching all the buttons.
So, hot biome, Alpha Strike. That's a kill.
Style eliminated.
Unfortunately, we destroyed left and right, so there's no mortar ammo left. That's unfortunate. But there's more interesting stuff to grab. So it's fine. Alright. And the Bushwhacker has generated half of a red line worth of heat by Alpha Strike.
How might I help?
Noted. I think I'm actually going to give the A11 a turn before the Dervish tries to shoot it. A side shot would be nice, especially if I can open it beforehand. Ostrak doing nothing.
By.
Love to see it. Move for 10.
On the move.
Happy to be there. Moving for 10, getting the shot with highest hit chance possible. You love to see it.
Firing. Full complement.
Alright, even if everything misses. 2 out of the 8 were intercepted by AMS. Alright, Vulture. Also moving and shooting, getting less evasion doing so. I mean, taking down the heavy PPC as quickly as possible, I think, is actually decently worth it. Although, 8.5% chance to no longer have the weapon system. I'm gonna do it.
Copy that. Firing Alpha Strike.
Also, from what I've seen, it seems like the vehicles don't... It turned around. Alright. It looks like vehicles don't actually take extra damage. And one of them jammed for the rest of the battle. That's fine. But it seems like vehicles don't take extra damage from heat unless it just hit turret, and that's why it did less damage. Actually, yes, it looks like... Well, I don't know. Regardless, more experimentation is in order.
I'm there.
I would rather kill it from behind, or from the side, but if I have to kill it from behind, that's fine. Because in the back is just the IFF jammer, I think. Yeah, and night vision. But it's fine. Tandem is at 35. That's good enough for me. I was trying to get an engine crit, but I missed everything, so it's fine.
Dang, that's a miss. Yes, Commander.
Very well, then. There we go.
Yes, Commander.
I possibly could have sprinted for optimal range, but... It does have AMS flare. I should have definitely sprinted for better range. I'll fire the EMP.
Unleashing hell.
Yeah. Clustering helps a lot. Huh.
They will be done.
That was a wild miss. I think it's just heat sinks on the sides. So destroying it from either side is preferable. And follow-up Alpha Strike does not overheat me. Love to see it.
My mech's over here.
Alright, it gets me just over the red line. Noted.
What's the plan?
So yeah, it must just be... Yeah, the warm sand further increases heat by 4 per turn. So that's what pushed me over the red line. So important to remember, your instruments do not... the readouts do not actually account... Deadfire? No, actually I don't want to hit it from the front. I don't think that the AMS flare intercepts stuff shot at the other side. I'm gonna let them come up though.
Ready to rock.
Tinker with Saracen. 7 evasion is good enough.
I got you.
And I'm just gonna go normal. Standard ammo. Don't really care about through armor crits at this point.
Here we go. Awaiting orders.
Loss. Yep.
Moving out.
That's what we'll do. And we'll miss every single shot. That's fine.
No joy.
That's completely fine. Reserve here. Shadowhawk. Moving forward and firing on the Dragoon. 25 damage, so that's AC 10, I believe. No, it is an AC 5. He was just double shooting it.
Hey.
Yeah, no, autocannons are still fine. I am gonna... could fall back, or, you know, fly away and all that. But no, I'm going to just try to hit a little bit of heat on the Ostrak. But more importantly, switch the Guard ECM to active. There we go. Yeah.
There we go. Missed. Figures.
I figure with an 8% jam chance, 8.5%, I'm better off double shotting until it jams. We'll see. It really depends on how long it gets to shoot.
Yes, Commander.
The first shot jamming it was unfortunate.
Yes, Commander.
But it's fine. Yeah. Ostrak it is. Ooh, actually I have Mag Pulse. Make him toasty. Make him very toasty.
Skipper.
Nice.
Good to go.
Wasp in the Dragoon. Breaks line of sight from the other mechs. Minimum distance. That is not the best hit chance, but I don't really need much to hit.
Roger that.
That should do it. Beautiful. Left destroyed.
One less target. What are your
That's a
orders?
helicopter full of fun stuff. Okay, Saracen. Since I have the Ostrak so toasty, and it's only going to get worse for him from here, I'm just going to backstrike the Shadowhawk until he explodes. Nice and easy. Yeah, through armor crits sound fun.
All weapons. Go.
No through armor crits, but an injury was resisted, so that's fine. Heh.
Standing by.
Alright. The Vulture. Minimum range. Not minimum range.
Moving to position.
Shoot him in the back. Get some more heat on him. That's the play.
Target lock on enemy's rear.
What's the plan?
Beautiful. I mean, there is no place where I can get a backstrike on him. But I can get direct sight on the Ostrak. So that seems like a better play. Yep.
As you wish.
Get him even toastier, and also destroy his large laser. What you doing, buddy? Still firing. So I believe that means he's redlining no matter what he does. Yeah.
I'm here.
Yes. Yes, that. Alright, so a little toasty. I don't think I care about armor damage once the hatchet lands. I should say if the hatchet lands. 43%. So if it doesn't land, this is probably better. And if it does land, well, that's fine. I forgot about the 4 extra heat. So we're gonna probably redline again.
That didn't hit.
Paying too much attention to the bar and not enough attention to
Over
what's
the red
actually
line.
happening. Yeah. Yep. Alright.
Acknowledged.
So 100% this is a get in here and shoot the shutdown mech.
Awaiting orders.
Okay. Yep. Not going to fire the EMPs this time. In part because I only have 15 left. Deadfires have a 76. LK have an 81.
You should have never come.
Nice.
Yes, Commander.
I mean... Yep.
If you say so.
The Shadowhawk is doing much better than I would like.
Targeting rear armor.
But not long now until the battle's over. So I will continue firing the rapid fire. And at any point, if it jams, that's fine. Mostly here for the Guardian ECM anyway.
Ready for orders.
Alright, let's try this again. This time knowing that we will continue redlining if we fire everything like so. Does this continue redlining? Let's find out. There we go.
Someone let me borrow their pom-poms and skirt, because I'm damn excited now.
Yeah, that's
Oh, hell yeah.
that's a lot of salvage off the table, but
That's a kill.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
ready to rock.
Especially since I can't take medium salvage yet anyway, due to the challenge run rules. Sure.
Acknowledged.
This sounds fun. Let's just pound at the shutdown mech and laugh maniacally while doing so. Haha, ha ha ha. Engine core crit.
Some nasty on that some bitch.
Battlemech power up detected.
Destroyed a heat sink. So between the engine crit generating an extra, I think, 15 heat per turn, as well as the heat sink destruction, he now has a much, much worse heat delta.
I'm loading a full salvo. That's a critical hit.
Medium laser destroyed.
I live to serve. I am the wind.
Run in. Shoot him from the side. And drop. Those generate no heat, so one of the medium X pulses. Sure.
May I interest you in some melting armor?
Plus 24 heat.
Right here.
Machine gun arrays are very, very nice. Very nice indeed.
Roger that.
Since he's already toasty, might as well hit him with more heat.
Roger that. That looked like a critical.
Destroyed an SRM-2,
Yes, boss.
so he's running out of weapon systems very fast. I imagine he's going to panic eject soon enough. The question is, do I want him to? Is there anything actually valuable
What are your
in this
orders,
mech?
Skipper?
I doubt it, honestly. So it might be better for me to just tear him to pieces. Leave nothing on the table.
Accuracy through volume of fire. Reporting. Critical hit.
I mean, work is definitely being done.
How's it going?
Yep. Move. Shoot.
Excellent.
Destroy more stuff.
Reporting. Critical hit. Skipper.
He is panicked.
Copy that, Commander.
And this should probably do him.
Locking off with all weapon systems. That hit something good. I await your command.
Heavy jump jet destroyed. Yeah, just picking him apart at this point. Physical weapon. Why not? Cool.
Acknowledge. Engaging. Hot damn, we're gonna do.
Alright.
Stand before me.
The Bushwhacker is
Hey.
much more powerful now.
Flip the dog of war.
Yeah.
Mission successful.
Alright. 857,000. Easy money. Basically no damage. Unfortunately, the A11 Lightning Bolt did get destroyed in such a way that there's not a chance to take it in its entirety. We could take the Hetzer, but again, we destroyed both sides, so all it would have is regular mortar ammo. That said, that is a Hetzer with 2 ballistic hardpoints that are each 7 tons. 3 slots. That might actually be worth taking still. Speaking of worth taking, heavy PPC. Minimum range 90, maximum range 720. If we get a mech to put the handheld Rack 2 on, this is a great counterpart to it. We didn't already have much long-range stuff, so that's good. Also, if we have a tank with a very big energy hardpoint. Now, sadly, there's not a whole lot else. I mean, I'm definitely going to take the AMS Flare as well. But there's not much else. I think I do take the Hetzer. 1 plus 8. So it's not taking too many of our total salvage. And it is a full vehicle that we can repair and drop that has genuinely kind of respectable armor. But more importantly, it does have the 2 ballistic hardpoints. And it comes with the mortars, and oh, it does come with the acid ammo. We only destroyed the left side, it looks like. Awesome. So yeah, mortars with acid and standard mortar ammo, I'm looking forward to playing with. Ah, but it's heavy. I mean, not heavy, medium. Alright. Sticking to the rules, because yes, it was getting way too easy. Disassemble the Hetzer. Yeah, filling up our roster was far too easy. That's specifically why I was going to be like scrapping stuff when it went down. Which definitely will go back to that for the next playthrough, but for this one we're just not going to worry about it. We will have all the money and parts and vehicles and everything that we could possibly need. I am very curious to just try orders. To just try them. And acid ammo is interesting. Very interesting. It is 48 shots, so That's 8 rounds, I believe, feeding the mortar 6. Do I want anything else in particular, or do I just take the mortar ammo? Or do I take the other mortar 6? I think I take the other mortar 6, actually. And if I randomly get the mortar ammo, cool. Otherwise, I can just try to find mortar ammo in the store. And it doesn't matter what kind it is. Missed indirect shots scatter. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm not super interested in the FCS multi-track. There's limited situations where that's actually like super useful. Alright. So we got one part of the A11 lightning bolt. That's fine. We did get 4 parts of the Hetzer. Cool. Again, I can build them randomly if I get enough parts. I can build them if I get enough random parts, but just not picking them as priority salvage. Ostrock, Shadowhawk. We got the large laser, the LRM-5 machine gun. Cockpit basic can go. We did get the FCS multi-track. We only have 2 heatsinks, so I will keep the 9. Heavy jump jet, standard jump jet. We have 5. I'll take the 6th. We did get the regular mortar ammo. Okay, cool. So we can now run 2 mortar 6s. Alright. Yeah. 5,000 C-bills. It says 1 day, but it's 1 day for 3 different units. That's fine. That was actually a milk run. Is there anything else I want to do with the Dervish? I was actually very happy with how it performed. And having the variety of ammo types is fun. The heavy PPC is way too heavy. 10 tons. That would be both the LRM-10s. Nah. Both the LRM-10s. So, each bin of ammo for the LRM-15 would be 10 shots. Nah. I was thinking maybe being able to drop in like the LRM-5 as well. But I still think that the 2 LRM-10s and the extra ammo versatility is more valuable than the LRM-5, and maybe slipping in the actual the heavy PPC. In part just because 45 heat is a lot. A whole lot. Vehicle bays, the Bradford. I really wish we had Thunderbolt ammo. This is 7 tons, 3 slots, so there's no way to slip it in instead of the grenade launcher or the machine gun heavy. Nope. Alright. Saracen, very happy with how it performed. Making it a full SRM boat, I think, improved it a good deal. So the Vulture gunship, the AC-2s are a single slot. That's probably one of the biggest things that's going to limit the ability to do something fun with it. The Dragoon did fine. Do I have anything I can build? No. 4 out of 5 Hetzer parts. That'll be the most interesting thing. And I already have the mortars and ammo for it, so maybe I'll just do that. But, yeah. Go ahead and wait until everything's repaired. And then, next episode, I think we will do maybe a low difficulty run. We could drop 3 units. Not on those, though. We learned our lesson. The time-sensitive missions can be potentially... Well, then again, I'm fairly certain it was just the RNG in the previous timeline. But we'll figure that out next time. For now, that's been your episode of Roguetech for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a good one.